Just let your mind go completely blank.
Well, I don't know if I can, Frank.
She's riding him like a horse!
What did you do? Double-crossing bitch wouldn't keep her mouth shut, Frank.
I'll call for help. I'll call the police.
Allow me, Frank. Looks like you got your hands full.
Good evening, people of the internet. Today, it is supposed to be Tuesday Tales, but good lord, I have had to run all over the place this week. So, I'm trying to get it out as fast as I can. This was, again, another good episode, but this was like on the goofy side, like goofy goober type. Now, just like in Tales of the Crypt fashion, it does get serious, which they have been able to do effectively every single episode that I have ever seen has always been serious in some manner, and, you know, some goofier than others, and, you know, whatever. But this is definitely a one to experience, so I'll see you at the end. Actually, I'll see you in like a couple of minutes. My brother's keeper. That's not playing. Why is it not playing? Okay. Don't worry, VLC. I'll go easy on you. I'll restart it. Good lord. Now, my brother's keeper.
Are you alone tonight? Well, consider yourself lucky. There could be two of you, and imagine what a frightmare that could be. Just a reflection. Not so for tonight's stars, Frank and Eddie, two brothers who are touchingly close. When a woman tries to come between them, she finds herself caught in a tangled web of jealousy and intrigue. I think you'll find it a twinning combination. So without further ado, I bring you my brother's keeper.
Interesting.
Go! You drive like an old lady. Have I ever told you that, Frank?
Whenever I drive, Eddie. Which is all the time, isn't it, Frank? Why even bother having a Ferrari when you're driving like a goddamn Volkswagen? You wanted the Ferrari. I would have been very happy with a Volkswagen. We've been happy with a bicycle built for two. Now, look, if you don't step on it, I will.
Get your foot off me! Eddie, this isn't funny. We're gonna have an accident. I can't stand being with you when you're like this.
Well, you don't have much choice, do you, Frank?
Enough! Stop!
Okay.
Eddie, don't you know by now that no doctor can help us with our problems?
Problem, Frank. We only have one problem. I gotta admit, it's a beaut.
Really, Eddie, you'd be so much happier if you just learned to accept our condition. Accept the fact that we're freaks. Never.
So they're conjoined at the hip, but it looks like it's just tissue. They really can't detach conjoined twins if it's like, you know, vital organs and shit that's attached, right? Unless somehow their vascular systems are intertwined, I guess. But oh yeah, maybe they're what is it? The main vein.
Read books in bars.
Oh, I know her.
Mine's Andre Malraux's Man's Hope.
Well, this certainly is fate. Isn't that funny? I'm Marie Hilton.
Frank Duran.
Well, looky here. You know, under that Marion the Librarian exterior, I'm thinking there's a studded leather corset just itching to get out. Am I right?
Eddie, please. We were having a nice conversation.
So, two completely different people trapped or conjoined together. That would suck. That would absolutely be fucking terrible. Yeah, that would suck. Oh no, camera. Come on. Thank you. That's got to be some, like, level of purgatory or something, but being trapped with someone that you effectively hate at this point, that would be... It's not necessarily hell, but it's close enough to it that it could be like one of the rings of purgatory, you know? I like the idea, though.
Well, hey, don't let me cramp your style, little brother.
Is that guy your brother?
Yeah. I guess he got all the personality.
Well, if that's personality, you
Yeah.
have it all.
I got a little
You know,
personality.
I swear we've met somewhere.
Well, I don't know. Do you ever go to the symphony?
I love the symphony.
Did you go
That was
last Sunday?
fucking
I couldn't
terrible.
convince my brother to go. Actually, that's why I agreed to
I
go with him
love
tonight.
the symphony.
3 trips to a bar equal 1
Really
symphony.
bad.
So you and your brother have to do everything together?
You see, Eddie and I
Come
are...
on, Frank, let's dance.
Eddie, please, I was just telling Marie...
Toad to her on the dance floor. Come on.
You wouldn't want to...
I'd love to dance.
Yeah, the acting there was not great. But, I do feel as though he did a great job the rest of the show. So it could have been maybe the directions that he was getting. Maybe they wanted him to be more expressive than he felt was natural at the moment. Which, I mean, that can happen from time to time. But yeah, that acting was just some grade A TikTok acting. Even though this was like a fucking century before TikTok came out. But yeah, a century, yeah.
Oh my God. You're connected.
Oh, is it that noticeable?
Yeah, Marie, I've been meaning to tell you, Eddie and I are Siamese twins.
You're Siamese twins? Gross.
How about you? You ever tried a four-legged lambada? Eddie, come on.
Listen, it's getting late, and I have to get up really early, so I have to go.
Still don't think you're a freak, Frank?
Could you imagine this happening nowadays? I'm sorry, but like, I don't think it would. I couldn't imagine being in a club in modern era, circa whatever year this is. Which 24. It's the year 24. I know what year it is. Yes, I do not have a concussion. I have not had a stroke. I know what year it is. But you see two conjoined twins, and then everyone just stops and stares and calls them fucking freaks. That would never happen in today's age. Ever happen. So it's just kind of interesting, you know, because this show really isn't that old. It's old in the realm of media, right? But timeline-wise, it's not that old. And it's just interesting how different they approached issues like this back then. It's kind of interesting, you know, you get to see a time capsule of the past. So, yeah, cool. Or bad. It's cool because it's bad.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Simply extraordinary. Not often does one come across a classic Pago-Pagi formation. Twins joined at the bottom.
Yeah, we know how we're attached. The question is, can we be separated?
Well, you both have the full complement of organs. You two are lucky that way.
You hear that? We're lucky, Frank.
Of course, you share one single bloodstream. So this dense and tangled web of veins, arteries would have to be completely rerouted.
The complication.
But not one that cannot be overcome. Today, with lasers and microsurgery, there is a chance.
There's a chance.
Why is he German?
What kind of a chance?
50-50. 50-50.
Oh, we'll take it.
Good.
There is a 50% chance we could die here.
No, Frank. There's a 50% chance we'd live.
Sign this medical release.
I mean, come on, man. Do you really want to be attached to that fucking jerk off the whole time?
Sign it, Frank. It's not multiple choice.
I don't know, Eddie. I'm gonna need some more time to think about it.
When you are ready with the pen, I shall be ready with the knife.
I mean, that really would be a tough decision. But, would it really be 50-50? And would the doctor really say frumtious, frumtious?
You, thinking about the operation? A little.
You know, Frank, for most people, the simple act of peeing does not have to be a synchronized Olympic event.
Just think, Frank. Once we get the operation, you'll never have to go to another baseball game again. Or Vegas. With that hideous architecture. Oh, you could sleep in your own bed. I could roll over.
And that cooking school in Paris you always wanted to go to? The Cordon Rouge?
It's cordon bleu.
Whatever. The point is, you could go.
I could learn how to make that salmon en croûte with a champagne sauce.
Frank, you can do whatever you want.
Yep. Maybe this is leaning on closer to hell than purgatory. We're still in purgatory. But certifiable purgatory. Not quite hell. We're almost there. But good grief, being trapped next to someone that you absolutely despise and is completely different from you would be dreadful. And it's kind of interesting that the episode has such a goofy tone to it, because it doesn't come off as flippant, like, oh, this situation is just whatever, we're going to make fun of it. It comes off a little more serious, right? They're being goofy, and the situation is a little goofy, but their struggles are definitely very real, and honestly fairly emotional. So it might be goofy, but I don't think it's punching down, or it doesn't feel like it's punching down. It feels like it's just a comedy, or I guess that's a dark comedy about these two, right? But it's going to get interesting.
Once we are free. All you gotta do is sign it, Frank.
I love how I put it in the fucking platter.
Just sign it.
By the way, I just noticed they're wearing fucking car pajamas.
The operation is too risky.
Sign that release. I'm giving you the operation right. It'll work when we separated forever.
Well, maybe that's what I'm afraid of. Maybe I'm afraid that once we're separated forever, that I would be lonely.
Lonely? You goddamn pussy.
The practical effects of that fucking skin piece is absolutely fucking disgusting. I love it. How it's like undulating and you can actually see like veins in it. They did a fantastic job on a little tiny piece between two people. I mean, I guess the special effects budget for this episode was probably pretty fucking high, because the only thing they had to do was like that and maybe some blood in the end. So they probably had an excess of budget, but they put a lot of work into that fucking little skin piece. So I think they did great on that. Oh my god. That was disgusting.
Hello?
Hello, Frank. This is Marie from the bar. Do you remember me?
Yes, of course I remember you, Marie.
I wanted to apologize for my behavior the other night. And, well, if you're willing to give me another chance, I'd like to see you again.
Marie wants to see me.
We'll ask if she's had a blood test.
I beg your pardon?
A guest. My brother asked if you would like to be our guest.
Problem, Frank? A problem? Yes, I've got a problem. You haven't showered in a week. You smell like a compost heap.
Okay. I have a question. What do they do for work? I mean, he owns multiple suits. They have a massive apartment. 2 fucking toilets. Toilets are not cheap. They have a bike that has a seat that's built for them. They have customized equipment. And a large apartment in, I'm assuming, a city. I mean, holy shit, how much money do they make? What do they do? Are they like lawyers? Do they like double team the clients? Whoa! I don't mean like that.
You know, I don't care if you shave, but will you please wash before we go out tonight? Tell you what, Frank, I'll wash while you sign. Get ready. You, I, and Marie are going to the symphony. All right, Frank. Symphony it is. Hey, Sticky Buns. You know, under that distinguished patron of the arts exterior, I'm thinking there's a studded leather course just itching to get out.
A toast to the chef. Frank, I just can't believe you made all this wonderful food yourself. Even a chocolate souffle.
Oh, souffles are quite easy, Marie. It's
Oh, yeah, souffles are easy.
separating the egg whites.
Oh, but this is delicious, really.
More?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
A smidge.
Well, maybe just a teensy-eensy smidge.
Hey, don't I get a teensy smidge?
Frank, are you okay?
Sorry, it's just that when Eddie drinks, I get drunk too. Boy, oh boy, first time the schmuck gets a beautiful woman up here. He does impression of Julia Childs.
Eddie, I happen to find your brother's company stimulating.
More stimulating than, let's say, a tank of nitrous oxide and a 12-inch vibrator. Because that's the kind of party I throw, babe. You'll have to excuse Eddie. He's being a bad boy.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks for a wonderful evening.
I'd offer to. I'd offer to drive you home, but I'm not in any condition.
Oh, sure, that's okay.
I hope you understand.
Good night.
So watching this back a second time, there's a little wink there. I didn't know what that was when I was watching initially, but it says a lot. This is another example of fantastic storytelling through the visuals, right? With that wink, you can deduce a couple different things, and you might not be sure where it's heading, but you can kind of understand, like, there's something weird here, right? Now, I do have to say, you need to prepare yourself for this next part.
Au revoir, Marie. Au revoir. I know you tried to ruin it for me, but you didn't. I'm happy, happy, happy. And you know why? Because I'm in love. Yeah, I know. You fall in love and I get a boner.
Oh my God.
You know, Marie, these past few weeks have been the happiest of my life.
Oh, Frank. And you know how I feel about you, too.
Yeah. What I suggest you do, what I always do in this situation, just let your mind go completely blank.
Well, I don't know if I can, Frank.
She's riding him like a horse!
I should probably be on bended knee for this, but,
Oh, I'm a naughty boy.
will you, will marry me?
Oh, Frank, I'm sorry, but
Marie!
Too bizarre.
Marie! Marie!
I better go see about that girl. Stay there.
Yeah. It's interesting, the juxtaposition of the two parties involved, one being whipped and rode like a horse, and the other one proposing while in bed. It's just such a funny scene. Oh my God. It's just so off the walls fucking crazy. But for the whole tone of the episode, it really fits well. Yeah, I mean, like, this might not be an emotionally impactful episode, but it's still written fantastically.
You too.
Whoa. I'm warning you, Eddie. You get off my back. I'd love to, Frankie boy, but you're afraid of being lonely.
Hey, Miss Thing. Eddie says you're doing a real good job. You got his brother Frank right where he wants him.
No shit.
But see, you gotta turn up the heat now, baby. You gotta pump up the jam.
Pump it up, right.
Pump up the jam, pump it up.
Pump up the jam.
Pump it up a little more.
Because Eddie says that if you get his brother to sign some paper by tonight, girlfriend, we don't have to be hoeing these streets no more.
Well, let's get it over with.
All right.
See? Told you. That week meant something. So now, this was a bit on the heavy side, unfortunately. I think the wink was the perfect amount of tease. But, you know, they go into the bathroom. Well, we better do this because he's paying us a lot of money. Obviously, short episode. They don't have time to draw it out. So they have to just kind of dump it at some point. What would have been better? They go into the bathroom. We don't see them talk. We hear the brothers converse. And then when she comes out, you know, shit's going to happen. Forewarning, you know. It's just I know it's spoilers, but you know, I feel like that would have been better. Because it would have come out of fucking nowhere. The next scene.
Frank, we have to talk.
Look, I don't blame you for being upset, Marie. But it won't always be like this, I promise you.
Frank, I want to believe you, but what kind of future can we have with him with us all the time?
Hey, give us one more chance. I love you.
I love you too, Frank. But
Marie, please, just give me one more chance.
it just couldn't work this way, Frank. It's not like there's anything you could do about it. But the way things are, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say, Frank, but goodbye.
Marie. 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 Give me the key.
Where did I put that key?
Marie, wait! Give me the goddamn key, Eddie!
Key. Oh, here it is, Frank.
Come on. Marie! Now get up! No! You son of a bitch. You ruined my one chance at happiness.
So that's what I mean. Now imagine if we didn't hear the women talking about that. Imagine if they had gone in, we hear the brothers talking, because obviously the episode is more on the brothers than it is fucking anyone else. So imagine they go in, they come out, and then she breaks it off with him. Now you don't really know what's going on. If she came out and broke up with him, we kind of might have understood a little bit, because, you know, the brother's next to him preparing for the Kentucky Derby, and he's trying to propose to her. So it'd be a very strange situation, and we wouldn't have expected her to be paid off at that point in time. That would have been better for the surprise that's coming.
Fisticuffs from you, Frank? How uncivilized. You disgust me.
Good.
I hate you.
Now you're talking.
I can't live like this anymore.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna...
You know what?
I'm gonna...
What, Frank?
I'm gonna sign Dr. Snowkraut's release form.
Well, it's about fucking time.
Frank?
Marie, you came back.
Don't sign that release, Frank.
Shut up, Marie.
How do you know about the release?
It was all a setup. Eddie hired me to help convince you to have that operation.
I'm warning you, Marie. So you never really cared about me?
Well, I wasn't supposed to, but I fell in love with you, Frank.
You did.
I mean, I don't know if you can forgive me, but if that proposal still stands.
Oh, it does.
Oh, okay.
It does. It does.
I'll marry you, Frank, just the way you are. I don't want you to have that operation. It's too risky. I don't want to lose you.
Oh, Marie.
We'll build a little house for the three of us. How do you feel about kids? Now, I'll never get rid of them. Darling? I felt you stiffen. Am I rushing things?
Oh my God! Oh my God! What did you do?
Double-crossing bitch wouldn't keep her mouth shut, Frank. I'll call for help. I'll call the police. Allow me, Frank. Looks like you got your hands full. Hello, 911? Yeah, this is Edward Duran. I just killed my brother's fiancée with a cleaver. No, the name's Duran. I used the cleaver.
Look at how he's smiling. He is a truly sick individual. Like, and what I mean by that is there's definitely something mentally wrong with him, whether it be the anguish built up over all the years of just absolutely hating the person that's next to you. Obviously, we do very interesting things in order to become free, depending upon what our trapped situation is, but man, he's smiling. So he is a very broken person right now. I mean, they both are, of course, but yeah. Also, that's what I would have meant, or that's what I meant, not would have meant. I did say it, so this is what I mean. Yeah. Imagine she comes back in and you're like, oh, shit. Oh. Okay, well, you know, maybe she changed her mind or something. And then all of a sudden she goes, hey, I was fucking paid off by this guy. Then it would have been like a, fuck. Damn. And it wouldn't have been an expositional scene with two women, one woman we've never met before that just happens to be riding the guy, prepping him for, like I said, the Kentucky Derby. It would have been so much more of a shock. I feel like that would have been better. That's just my opinion, of course.
Yeah. Oh, sure, I'll hold it.
You're gonna pay for this, Eddie?
I was the dreamer, huh, Frank? Well, if they sentence me to the gas chamber, they'll never be able to carry it out. Think about it, Frank. If they kill me, they kill you. Now, that's cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, am I sure she's dead? Yeah, she's definitely dead.
You're a monster, Eddie.
Yeah, but I'm your monster, Frankie boy. Forever. Okay, we'll be waiting. Hey, what's this? Frank, I'm not going anywhere. Whoa! Hey, what are you doing? Hey, Frank, what are you doing?
I'm having a little midnight snack.
Hey, you're taking too many of those pills!
Am I? I'm kind of a novice at this.
Come on, Frank. You fool around. Shouldn't mix booze with pills.
I thought you'd like to live dangerously, Eddie. Ever since we were kids, I've had to put up with you being a bad one. Make excuses for you. Clean up after you. Apologize for you. Well, that's a lot.
Responsibility. Having to be the good one all the time.
Frank! You're killing us. I can't live attached to a murderer.
Signs in her blood.
Duran. My head. Where am I?
You're in the hospital, Eddie. Oh, typical Frank. You try to kill me and all you do is give me a hell of a hangover. You get a double.
Well, Mr. Duran, looks like you're well enough for visitors.
Edward Duran, you're under arrest for the murder of Marie Hilton.
Marie Hilton. Oh, yeah, that's right. Jeez, I did kill her, didn't I?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer.
I guess Detective Potato Head here hasn't done his homework. I mean, there's really nothing he can do, seeing as how we're freaks. We're not freaks, Eddie. We're free. Or at least, I am.
Hey, you're over there!
Oh, did I forget to mention? I signed Dr. Schnellkraut's release form. He did a pretty good job, don't you think?
No! Don't let him take me away from you, Frank! They're gonna put me in a
Oh, what's come over you, big brother? You're acting like a goddamn pussy.
You're gonna put me in the gas chamber!
But don't worry, I'll be doing the living for both of us, Eddie boy. Ooh, nurse. You know, under that crisp white uniform, I'm thinking there's a studded leather corset just itching to come out. Am I right?
So he kind of lost his mind, too.
Meisters, how's that for a cheeky little tale? Frank sure picked a deadly time to sever all thighs with his brother, and poor Eddie suffered the unkindest cut of all. A real split personality.
Yeah, another good one. That was very lighthearted compared to how a lot of them are. But I like the story and I like the path that it took because it got dark and it got serious. Just like, for whatever reason, it's like a superpower of the writers of the show. But just like it can be super goofy and like out there, and then all of a sudden it does get very serious. And the seriousness feels right for the situation that's happening. They're amazing at doing that. So, that was Tales from the Crypt. Thank you very much for watching my video all the way to the end. I appreciate it. Helps out a lot, and I hope that you enjoyed it to this point. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt is it's such a good show. They really did a lot of fantastic writing, and I know a lot of these episodes were probably filmed in maybe a few days and then put up, because it was a weekly show as far as I remember. So there's obviously going to be some shortcuts that they have to take in order to get the story out, in an effective amount of time and pace. So I won't hold too much against it for the bathroom scene with the two women talking. It's just that I would have preferred something a little more surprising at the end, hold out a little longer so that the shock really hits you at the end. Other than that, though, a super goofy episode that really holds on to a lot of seriousness. It felt like it was goofy so that you could stomach what was happening type of thing. Because if it was completely serious, that would have been an absolutely fucking depressing episode. Oh my god. If it wasn't goofy, that would have been if it was written like a just a full-on drama, that would have been dark and fucking depressing. So obviously, they had to take that route for a reason. And I think that they did a good job with it. So, other than that, I hope that you have a lovely day, night, or evening, whatever time it happens to be, wherever you are. Guess that time signature. And I'll see you next time.